Okay, let me be real with you. When you have school-aged kids and you are trying to get a morning routine that highly effective people or highly successful people do, it can be incredibly difficult. It took me a long time to figure out how am I going to get a morning routine while I have kids. I tried everything, the traditional time management ones, the traditional morning routines, waking up at the butt crack of dawn. None of it ever worked out for me. And let's be real, it probably doesn't work out for a lot of us. And I'm going to be real, honest, and transparent. I am not waking up this beautiful, wondrous creature that you see right now. That's a joke. What I had to do was figure out how am I going to set the tone for my day. My morning routine wasn't something I needed to build from scratch and then try to implement everything in one go and then find out that I'm gonna fail after like one or two attempts and just be like, screw this, I'm not gonna do this. So today I'm taking you behind the scenes of how I spend my mornings, and it's actually probably going to surprise you. Let's talk about waking up. I do not wake up at 5 a.m. I would love to wake up at 5 a.m., but guess what? No. If you are an online entrepreneur with young kids, waking up at 5 a.m. is a no-go. So what do? I wake up at 6. Sometimes I wake up at 5:30, but usually it's at 6 a.m. I am not a part of the 4 a.m. or the wake up at 5 a.m. club. Hell no. I like to give myself a little bit of a head start before this house turns into a BuzzFeed parenting meme. I'm going to be honest, my kids are morning people. So I'm not. I wake up at 6 a.m. and sometimes they wake up at 6 a.m. So the thing is, I'm not giving myself this peaceful hour without the kids. I would rather sleep. So if you're like 5 a.m., hell no. Waking up at 6 a.m. is just as good. So what I want you to do is listen to yourself. What feels good when you wake up? Honestly, for me, 6 a.m. feels good, and that is the club that I belong to. The one thing I don't do when I wake up at 6 a.m., I'm not checking my phone. I am not checking emails. I am not putting my workout clothes on. I am not shooting out of bed ready to take care of my day. The one thing is if I am reacting to everything around me, that is how the rest of my day is going to be. Reaction after reaction after reaction. Let's talk showers. What I used to do is, even though I was waking up at 6 a.m., I was doing all these things and then jamming my shower in. And let's face it, I was just rushing through that and I was putting myself more behind. So what I did was stick the shower right after I roll out of bed. Yes, I'm not 100% lucid, but I'm lucid enough to clean myself. Now my shower is very quick. It's washing the important parts because I do live in Hawaii and I am going to sweat all over the place. So I just wash the important parts and I wash my face. And 100% after this literal 5-minute shower, I'm feeling ready to move on to the next part of my day. This next one, I did fight a little bit, I'm gonna be honest, and the majority of us are probably gonna fight it. If you're an adult, you're gonna fight it. So let's just go in accepting I'm gonna fight this, but it's good for me, so I'm gonna do it. I drink water. Yes, some people say, drink some lemon water. And honestly, sometimes we don't have lemons, or I don't have the lemon juice that comes in the bottle. So what the hell do I do now? Am I gonna, grind the grapefruit down? I have some grapefruit, I have some tangerines. Am I gonna grind that down and put it in my water? No, because that's extra time. Now, because I'm 42 years old and I'm at that age, as we all are, I put some fiber in my water. Yes, everyone, gut health over hustle culture. Am I right? You know I am. So if drinking water or lemon water just is not your cup of tea, I would say maybe drink some fiber with that and put your gut health first in the morning. And it's coffee time.
It's coffee time! Coffee, 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 coffee!
After I hydrate like a grown-up, I have my coffee. What I like to do is grind the beans down. We have a very small grinder that I use, and I grind them down. Hey, sometimes it's like a ritual. It kind of really, you're focusing on grinding the beans and then putting it in the paper filter. And we have a gooseneck tea kettle, and I pour that in. But let me be clear, I get all this ready before my shower. But hey, if I'm a little bit slow that day, I'm gonna pull out the Nespresso machine. No questions asked, no judgment. So my kids wake up after all of this, and they usually are at that age where they can kind of take care of themselves. They wake up, they go to the bathroom, and then they may watch their morning cartoons. And that's fine. But then the problem came when I was trying to get everything ready for them while also working. This was a recipe for chaos. This one is a huge mindset shift and setting a boundary for yourself. My boundary is I do not work until it is 9 o'clock in the morning. And even if I think, oh, I might have some time to do some social media or that really quick task that popped up, no. I tell myself, no, Jackie, no work whatsoever. It can wait until 9 a.m. If I tried to work during my mornings, I was usually running around like a chicken with my head cut off, going, oh my God, I didn't even make the lunches yet. Because this was about getting everybody ready for their day, including myself. We are setting the tone, not just for yourself, but for everybody else. Movement is so important. So when I come back from dropping the kids off at 8:15, that is the time I take the dog for a walk. It's also the time to habit stack. So while I'm walking my dog, I'm also listening to a podcast or an audiobook, because not only does the physical me benefit, but the mental me also benefits. For me, it's about connecting to my body, because I use my body's cues to really dictate what I do in the day. If you're not able to go for a walk or you don't have a dog to walk, here is a really quick mindful movement you can go to help boost your energy and get ready for your work. So whether you're standing up or sitting down, this simple movement can really do wonders. So you can put your arms like this and you're gonna twist side to side. Or you can stand up and just lazily swing your arms side to side. Or even something just like doing arm circles, or go moving your arms up and down, taking a big deep breath in and out. Just this simple, large, intentional movement is enough to get your motors running. No, you don't have to rehash and completely upend your life to have this morning routine. And guess what? You don't need to be working out for an hour in the morning. So is this the perfect Pinterest routine? No, not really, but it's the routine that works for me. When I'm looking at a morning routine, I'm not looking at adding a bunch of stuff, trying to be a highly effective person. Because let's face it, a lot of those people are not living the same life or work style that we have. The whole point of this is to protect my energy and protect my time. I use things that already exist and I make them into a routine. They're already habit. I just became aware of them and made it more of a ritual. So even if you have kids, you can set up a routine with what you have in front of you. And that is the whole point of how I approach my clients and productivity. I want to meet you where you're at, because you don't need another productivity hack, or you don't need me to rehash and make this amazing routine for you that I'm going to expect you to implement right away. It's all about meeting you where you are, what you have right now, and getting it to work for you. If you want more structure, support, and systems that are going to work with you and not against you, this is exactly what you'll find in the Founders Club.